Mercury. Mercury is a planet of extremes, a world where death comes not once, but twice. On the side facing the sun, the temperature rises to nearly 430 degrees Celsius, hot enough to melt lead. Imagine stepping outside and feeling your skin blister within seconds. Sweat doesn't cool you here, it simply evaporates instantly. Your eyes would dry and boil, vision clouding as your blood begins to thicken. Any exposed metal on your suit would warp and soften, as if you were standing inside a furnace. But cross into Mercury's eternal night, and the horror changes. With no atmosphere to hold heat, temperatures plummet to minus 180 degrees Celsius, colder than the South Pole on its darkest winter night. Within moments, your breath would crystallize in your throat. Saliva would freeze on your tongue and skin cells would fracture like thin glass. The silence would be absolute. No wind, no sound, no oxygen, just a black, airless desert swallowing you whole. There's no escape from Mercury's extremes. Step too far into daylight, you burn alive. Drift into shadow, you freeze solid. Venus. Venus is often called Earth's twin, but that's a cruel joke. It's the closest thing to hell our solar system has ever made. The atmosphere is 96% carbon dioxide, and the air pressure on the surface is 90 times greater than Earth's, the same as standing under 1 kilometer of ocean. Within seconds, your ribs collapse, your eardrums burst, and every capillary in your body explodes under the crushing force. And then comes the heat. The surface bakes at 470 degrees Celsius, hotter than Mercury, even though Venus is farther from the sun. Every metal object around you glows dull red as it begins to soften. Sweat doesn't exist here, it boils away the instant it forms. The blood in your veins starts to vaporize, and the moisture in your lungs turns into superheated steam. If somehow you could survive the pressure and heat, the clouds would finish you. They're filled with droplets of sulfuric acid, dense enough to eat through glass. Your visor would fog, melt, and your last sight would be a yellow haze dissolving everything around you. Earth. Earth is the only planet we can survive on, yet also the one that has killed more life than any other. 5 times in its history, our world has wiped itself clean through mass extinctions. The dinosaurs were just one of many victims, erased by an asteroid that hit with the power of 10 billion nuclear bombs. The sky burned, oceans boiled, and the world went dark for years. But death on Earth doesn't always fall from space. Sometimes it rises from within. Beneath our feet, supervolcanoes like Yellowstone sleep in silence, capable of burying continents in ash and blocking out the sun for decades. And when life tries to recover, the planet sends a new threat: invisible killers. Pandemics have reshaped humanity time and time again, often from the Black Death to modern viruses that spread faster than ever before. And then there's us, the only species capable of triggering its own extinction. Nuclear weapons, climate collapse, AI risks, global war. Earth's deadliest enemy may no longer be nature. It's intelligence itself. Mars. From a distance, Mars looks peaceful, a calm red desert under a soft orange sky. But the moment you step onto its surface, death starts silently. The atmosphere is 95% carbon dioxide, with a surface pressure less than 1% of Earth's. Take off your helmet and your blood begins to boil, not from heat, but from the lack of it. Liquids in your body flash into vapor, your saliva froths, your eyes swell, and in 15-20 seconds, you lose consciousness. Even if you stay suited, the cold will find you. Average temperatures hover around minus 60 degrees Celsius, and nights can reach minus 125 degrees Celsius, colder than Antarctica's worst storms. A single puncture in your suit, and the pressure drop freezes your skin solid before you can react. Exposed flesh fractures like glass, muscles stiffen and snap. Dust storms here can last for months, covering the entire planet and choking solar power. You wouldn't hear the wind, the air is too thin, but it would scour your visor with sharp iron oxide particles until it's opaque. Jupiter. From afar, Jupiter is magnificent, a swirling marble of storms, larger than 1,300 Earths. But step inside its clouds, and you enter a death trap with no bottom, no light, and no end. The upper atmosphere may look calm, but winds scream at 620 kilometers per hour, powerful enough to tear the metal plating off a spacecraft. Within seconds, ammonia and hydrogen gas corrode your visor and fill your lungs. As you descend, pressure multiplies beyond comprehension. It's so vast that atoms are compressed. Here, you literally cease to exist as matter. After just 150 kilometers, it's 10 times greater than Earth's sea level. Go deeper, and it rises exponentially. At 1,000 kilometers, it's over 2 million times Earth's pressure. Your body would flatten instantly, organs rupture, bones splinter, atoms compress. No suit could resist. Even robotic probes are crushed long before reaching the surface. Lightning flashes above, bolts up to 1,000 times stronger than those on Earth, lighting the endless chaos for only a second before vanishing again. And below, there is no ground waiting. Jupiter doesn't have a surface, just layers of gas turning into metallic hydrogen, where light itself begins to bend. Saturn. From a distance, Saturn looks calm, a golden world crowned with perfect rings. But up close, beauty turns fatal. Its upper atmosphere is a roaring sea of hydrogen and helium, with winds reaching 1,800 kilometers per hour, faster than any hurricane on Earth. You wouldn't be blown away. You'd be shredded by changes in density and wind. The force would tear apart your limbs before your brain could process pain. Deeper down, sunlight fades and the temperature drops to minus 140 degrees Celsius. The sky grows darker and pressure climbs relentlessly. Within minutes, it reaches millions of times Earth's atmospheric pressure. Your suit would crumple like foil, your bones collapsing inward. The molecules in your body would begin to compress, blood cells implode, and every nerve signal ends at once. Even robotic probes like Cassini never dared to land. They were vaporized long before reaching anything solid. Beneath those rings lies not a surface, but an abyss of dense metallic hydrogen and crushing gravity. Uranus. Uranus is a world of absolute cold and silence. It spins on its side, its poles facing the sun, trapped in an endless twilight. The atmosphere is made of hydrogen, helium, and methane, and it offers no air to breathe, only poison and ice. Temperatures fall to minus 224 degrees Celsius, the coldest anywhere in the solar system. Within seconds, the moisture in your lungs crystallizes. Your blood thickens. Nerves stop sending signals. Your heart slows until it simply stops. Even protected by a suit, you wouldn't last long. Pressure differences cause microfractures that let the cold creep in like liquid nitrogen. Your visor would fog, then instantly glaze with frost. Methane ice drifts in the atmosphere, and winds reach 900 kilometers per hour, strong enough to scour your suit like sandpaper made of frozen glass. The deeper you fall, the denser the atmosphere becomes. The weight of the gas increases until your body can no longer resist. Bones snap, your chest caves in, and what remains freezes solid before it ever reaches the planet's core. Neptune. Neptune is the last planet of the solar system, a world of deep blue storms and unrelenting wind. From orbit, it looks calm, but step into its atmosphere and you're instantly caught in the fastest winds ever recorded, 2,100 kilometers per hour, faster than the speed of sound. These winds could rip the steel frame of a spacecraft apart. For a human, the body would disintegrate within seconds, limbs torn away, organs shredded by invisible force. The temperature plunges to minus 220 degrees Celsius. Your lungs freeze before you can exhale. Eyes and skin crystallize as the moisture in your tissues turns solid. You wouldn't even feel pain. Nerve endings would stop working almost immediately. As you sink deeper, the pressure mounts beyond comprehension. The weight of the atmosphere grows so crushing that every bone in your body fractures simultaneously. Your organs flatten, and the gases inside you compress until you're nothing but a dense, frozen shape drifting downward. No light reaches these depths, only endless cold and wind that never stops. And before you go, make sure you've watched this video and subscribe to the channel.